Hi, so I'm gonna build my first deck. I have it kinda planned out. It's gonna be based on the red fire deck, and I'm gonna try and make a big version of it. So based on cards I got and cards the cards I got basically, and the matches I'm planning to play, because I'm gonna make decks for me and my friends. So I wanted to be it kind of mid-rangey at start and simpler enough. Also works well with the budget, which is my cards I have. I have a card pool, and so I figured out that I wanted to try to make a big deck based on dragons, a bit of incinerates, but mostly like big stuff, spells, and things that kinda stops the early game for the opponent. So that's the plan, to have like cheaper early stuff, a bit of a ramp into some nice and cool, what should I say, bigger guys. Like, could have played different things, but I'm trying to have like I'm trying out like a specific deck here. So from the basic stuff, I'm gonna play, let's see here what we can do. The end game is to get to dragons and other big stuff like chimeras, like the bulls, the harpies, and yeah, let's figure out the decks here and then I will show it to you. So we're just gonna go through my collection of cards that I'm planning to use here, and I don't have any real uniques, but I would like to try to get like in the Free City or the Great Wall in the deck as some like early protection, because I'm planning on either, if the game plan doesn't work, like stall until I get into the mid games, when I can do some like put out my like early big guys. And I am wanting to play at least, I only got one Free City, so one Free City is in the deck. I wanted to have like a Standing Stone. I'm playing some spells. I only have one mix. I would really like to have two, so probably gonna trade for one of those. I really like to have, I mean, Screaming Skull is a cool card, so I want to try that out. I have, I don't know, Black Obelisks. I want to try it out. In the end, I'm probably gonna do like a fire and earth deck with bigger and meaner stuff, but I want to keep it as like monocolored in the start, so that we actually got to play with all the colors in one way, and then we start to mix them up, so we don't have to like split the cards between decks early on. So monocolored at start, and this would probably be a better, maybe an earth deck, I'm not sure, but I think so. But I want to try it in a red one, because it would be good with the vampires, I would say. So I would like to try out this guy. I mean, get this one early, and then you can kind of cleanse a lot of creatures. I have like this one's in sideboard, because I'm not really sure if they're gonna be in the main deck. I like the lethal one, and like I don't really have planning on non-fire spells, so I don't want to try out the Manticore. I love Manticore as like the old Magic card, so we'll try to play Manticore. I don't think I have anything in this part of the album that I want to play. This one is just for me to remind the ordinary cards. So I think that is from the binder. And then I have, so let's see here, some creatures, objects, auras, and then we have relics, some lands. We have the mix, we have the dragonettes. I only got two of those. Some bigger So bigger stuff, like I'm talking about harpies as bigger stuff because they are supposed to, I mean, clean out some smaller stuff. Avatar Fire, Legion for sure, and like of course I would like to have a Death Dealer, but I don't have a Death Dealer, so there is no Death Dealer in this deck. Some spells and then some those. And then I have my collection here of things, which is basically cards of each deck, playsets of cards they have. So I want to go for 3 scarabs, and also like cutting down into not playing like playsets, because that's how you do bad deck building, like not be concise. But for me, I just want to try out cards. So I basically like to have 3 Vipers as like lethal early damage, scarabs for the same here, and then we can do, I mean, big explosions, some vials of course. We're gonna go for 4 imps, and then we have some firebolts. I'm thinking 2. I have Mad Dash as like movement, but also card draw. So I can put stuff up here. So here up are some playables. Avatar Fire, the deck. There's some spells in here. So one of those. I'm planning on trying out some spin attacks because, yeah, everything. Use my big cards. I have 1 Incinerate as the same, like trying out some big stuff. See if I can find my, because I mean, kobolds are cool, also kind of like the scarabs. So just made choices here and there, and in which I choose others. But yeah, Pilgrims is cool for card draw, as well as Mad Dash for me is basically draw a card and also a bit of movement. So that is cool. So let's see here if we can start out with this one. And we go for lands lost. Some basic lands here. Excuse me. Firebolts. I want to have 3 Mad Dashes. I have critical strikes. Could also be something. I have them in my maybe pile. Scorpions, I choose Pit Vipers instead. While Imps, I'm probably gonna play 4 because that's a good card. Scarabs, only 3. Could play 4. If I do a beast deck later on, they will be a playset. Nomads, no. Dromedaries, no. Goons, no. Cavalry, no. Incinerate, only 1. Heat Ray, could also play Heat Ray as an early removal, but I've chosen like more creatures or fireballs instead. Spin attacks. Cauldrons is cool if you're more of a spellcaster sacrifice thing, maybe look at with the battle mage or not the death speaker. So here we go, Mad Dash, 3 of those. I have my Pit Vipers, Beast of Burdens, not this time, and then we have some lands. So let's keep those cards out. They have been chosen. And for lands, and also mummies are cool. I was considering mummies as well as Pit Vipers as like defense in the early game. Kind of fires, fireballs. Let's go for 3 of those, as you're allowed. Kobolds could be things. I have only 1 of the harpies in this deck. Could also play with a bit more. Will of the Wisp. A cool card. Scout. I mean, Leap Attack. I want to play with 2 of those because it's a cool card. Salamanders are good in a more spellcaster deck. Bane Widow. Also have that in my sideboard or like maybe pile. I want to play 2 of the Dragonettes as like an end splasher. Backstab. I mean, there are a lot of cool cards that probably could have been part of it. this one is a big guy, but doesn't strike back. And well, the Pilgrim is not what I want to play this time, because I'm planning on not doing exactly like that. And then let's see here. See where we are, and before we go into lands. And we have Avatar Fire. We have only one mix. I would like to have two. Screaming Skulls, because I mean, untap and maybe go on with the bigger stuff. That's the plan. Black Obelisk, just because, well, that could be a thing. And then let's see. Oh, I'm planning on having Iron Shackles. That's cool. And Flaming Swords. So I need to pick those up from another box. So those are my artifacts. So it's a bit of artifacts in this one. For the magics, let's see, we can have some fireballs. And like trying on the curve, it's not super, it's kind of like low curve, because a lot of cards around the big guys. So trying to stop my opponents early, get into mid game with bigger stuff, and meanwhile be annoying enough with some other stuff here. That's the plan. Let's see, maybe we should play one Heat Ray, because that's cool. So one Heat Ray and one Spin Attack, because that also is a cool card. Let's go for 3 Fireballs. And also, like, yeah, we have Fireballs naturally, so something I'm gonna play with. So Fireballs, 2 Leap Attack, 1 Incinerate. That's the start. So it's only like 13-ish cards there. And then for creatures, the low costs are Vipers, as like lethal, burrowing, some kind of like annoying things going on. Scarabs for explosions and some early damage. We have Imps, of course, for being a really good ordinary common card. Dragonets, as like, well, end of turn projectiles can move, can like reach a bit outside. We have Harpies for almost removal as well. We have Bull Demons, because I think it's a cool card. We have Infernal Legion, would love one more, don't have one more. We have the Chimera, because it's also removal, and then we have Dragon. So it's basically, it's a budget deck in that sense, but it is what I got. I'm gonna do some trades. I have some cards I want to trade away for maybe new cards. I'm trying to keep the cards like on a circular budget, so like I don't want to spend more money, and even if it's not needed, and wait out a bit of like beta boxes instead. So for the lands, we have 4 of each, just to keeping it simple. 4 red deserts, 4 remote desert, 4 arid deserts, and let's see if we can add a bit, one more red desert here. There we go. And then, so there are just the basic pinging ones. And let's see if we can do some nice overview image later. I would like to have one, of course, Rainbow Flame, because it's really cool, and you get one in the starter deck. You also want to have the Vesuvio, because it's in the starter deck, and it's really cool. And then Shifting Sands. Let's go for 3 of those, because also trigger with the removal parts and it's pinging. It's a nice card. 1 Free City, because that's what I got. Would probably play more if I had it. Great Wall, because just stop ground minions from, like, I don't know, keeping the lanes clear for me. And 1 Standing Stones. That's what I have for starting. And I had Cornerstone, but then we should play the card that enters in the corners and get those in. So let's see if we have 20 lands. We have 12 lands. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And we are see here. Avatar. Let's make this nice. Big dragon. Infernal Bull. And so this is kind of like the early mid games, end game for me. Dragonettes, imps, and I will put a link deck list for this one. Not that I think it's really needed, but I have made one so for myself to be able to see what I made as first decks and come back to it in time and then like, wow, this is just crap. But so used to build decks in Magic, so I'm trying to figure out where all this works in like early game, aggro, mid game, all that. And the thing is, I'm also making decks to play against, so I'm trying not to meta call myself, just because that would be boring. So 2 costs, 3 costs, 5 costs, mostly 4 costs of spells. 1 cost, 2 costs, 3 costs, 2 costs, more costs, like add-ons, like mix is a good thing, because of course I didn't pull any of the moxes. So mana stones, keep on attacking, and some inguses, Shroud of Fire, and I'm just gonna pick up the last items and then we're gonna see where we're at. So, and yeah, Flaming Swords. I mean, like that with the big guys. It's a good idea, I think, to have those. I mean, my plan is to not go to the super late game because we're gonna die of obelisks and, well, maybe just bigger stuff. So, without any like mana helping, really, like I said, these ones, I'm trying to Ingus that one and get as fast as possible. And I would like to play like Iron Shackles and stuff like that, and apparently I didn't pull any shackles, so that was something exceptional that I missed totally. So I will add 1 more Scarabs just because cheap and always kind of effective, and 1 more let's see here, Harpies, just because also a bit of a cleaning. So this will be my first deck. So a bit of cool, I think, equipments. So weapons, some skulls because the art is amazing, and also I think I like what it does. Obelisk, because like I'm playing like black in Magic, so getting damaged and gain stuff, that's cool. Ingus, of course, After Fire, an early package of annoying and destructive. Draw card and move people and cards forward, get annoying as well. Firebolts, just to keep on small stuff. Let's have some leap attacks, just so to get like movement in the cards. Heat Ray with the firebolts, spin attack with the same thing here. Also nice with lethal, for example. And then some fireballs, of course, incinerate for cleansing, leap attacks, and ping lands, and a bit of like annoying lands. Not too many, but some of them. So I think this is gonna be an interesting deck to play. Probably not gonna be, I will consider it a budget deck for sure, because I don't really have any of the expensive cards, and it's kind of low on uniques. It's basically just in the lands, so that makes it almost a popper deck. Yeah, because I got some uniques, but not really fit this playstyle. That dealer I would love to have, but I don't. So yeah, this is my first big red, basically pushed for these 3 guys early. Kinda annoy a lot in here. So yeah, if you have any ideas of ordinary cards or exceptionals or elite cards that would be added, like of course double of these, probably gonna add in trades later on and add on to it. And in the later versions, probably gonna be a fire and earth combination of bigger stuff and more mono ramps, because I have other mixes as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, and more decks to come. Bye.